earlier on when number 9 went off Chris Murray's, and that's now being removed. So in that particular part of the circuit there'll be no overtaking, which could in fact cause a few problems for Jimmy McRae. McRae comes up, Crass on the outside. McRae should have it. No, he hasn't. So there are the yellows, so that's where they're going to have to slow. You can just see the tip of Murray's car there. Yellow flag, they go past the engine, it's been craned out of the way, and by the time they come back, that track will be clear. But will Jimmy McRae be in front of Martin Crass is the question. A very good drive by Crass in his second season in the TVRs, came to it as a complete novice. Motor racing was always something the ex-BBC commentator wanted to do, and now he has. And also he's lost a place as well. But for Jimmy McRae, that is no shame. So McRae up another place, in trouble there, number 5, Bob Sands. He's not been playing on the beach, he's found something much harder to play with. And there are 3 more boys there who want to do something else other than build a castle. Ian Mitchell, one of them. McAlpine, the second car, and that's Wheeler. So all 4 close together and Sands still holding them off. Mitchell having a good look. Decides that discretion is the better part of valour. And Sands there, who's got it taped up already, must have had 2 excursions, I'd think, to cause that much damage. But he's holding them off. Blue flag there to warn him that he's being closely followed, but not being waved. They're letting the drivers find their own way by. But Sands very determinedly staying in front, and Mitchell's not quite sure what to do. Certainly Peter Wheeler was. He's come up and got past McAlpine. And now through goes Mitchell. So Mitchell up a place, Wheeler with the tail hanging out a little bit there. Now it's his turn, and McAlpine watching to see how it's going to be done. Into the quick, and oh dear, that's Sands again. Sands lost it again. A brake grab there. I would not blame the driver for that one. A brake grab, it turned very, very sharply right. He's out of the race. Nobody hit him, so here's Mitchell all on his own. The other 2 impeded a little bit by that. Mitchell on the ragged limit there. Let's see that again. You'll see that Sands puts the brakes on. And the moment he puts the brakes on, it turns sharp right. There we go. Straight into the barrier. Well, the new nose was required before. He'll require a bit more than that now. One man who requires nothing is Chris Hodgetts, getting on with the job, out front, very much in charge. And he's built up quite a substantial lead now from Ian Flux in second place. There's Fluxy, his first drive, and one which he can justifiably be proud of. Yellow flag, waving marshals, Sands' car craned out of the way. Through go the first 2, and you can see the water's coming out of the front of the radiator there, and gives you a good idea of what the frame's like underneath. Here's Steve Cole, however, with clouds of steam, clouds of smoke, and that would seem to be that. Whoops, that's Ian Mitchell. Ian Mitchell has a huge accident. Ian Mitchell has an accident all by himself. I didn't see there was any good reason for that. It was on the straight. You can see the black lines going down there. Mitchell perfectly okay. The car buried firmly in the barrier. He gives it a jolly good kick, and that is, I think, about the 3rd, 4th, might be even the 5th accident that he's had this year. It just hasn't gone right for Ian Mitchell wherever he's gone. So Mitchell's damaged car, there's oil all over the road. I think that explains the story. The engine, I would suggest, blew. It locked up, or did it? Either way, whatever it was, I believe that was a mechanical problem. So Mitchell out of the race. Still very much in charge. You saw him glance at his mirror there. Is the flying number 15, Chris Hodgetts, who's got it all in the bag now. He's able to drive at the pace of the opposition. You can see the concentration there. Chris teaches driving for Jim Russell at Donington during the week, race driving, and knows his way around Birmingham probably as well, if not better than anyone. Behind, this is a fine battle. Here is McRae. Here is McRae threatening John Kent. And Kent is the man now who is having pressure, and you can see how McRae is closing that gap all the way into, all the way out of the corner. Has a good look, comes into the right-hander, closes it a bit more, close to the barrier one way, close on the other way, and short of get out and throw his helmet at him. There's no way by at the moment on the straight because they're absolutely nose and tail. But he's drafting him down the straight there. He'll try and pull out into the braking area. Nobody wants to know about that. John Kent's quite determined that he wants that line and gets it. So John Kent, a little bit the slower of the two, gets the tail out, and that could be it. That could be the mistake. No, Kent gets it back again. Kent made a slight error there. McRae tried to take advantage, but couldn't quite do it. Simon Wayne up ahead of them. He's the next man up, and obviously I think neither of them are going to catch him, particularly while they're so busy with each other. The closing stages of this race and the drive back into contention by Jimmy McRae has been one of the major features, plus the incidents. We're coming up to where Ian Mitchell had his accident any minute now, and I think that car's still to be moved. You can see the black lines. Yes, Mitchell's car still buried in the barrier. So here comes Jimmy McRae looking at the inside. No, it wasn't to be. Has another good look, gets it sideways, feeds the power on. And McRae really giving it all he's got, but he can't quite get alongside to grab the line here as they come into Honda. Out of it, nose and tail, sideways again. Well, first prize for trying here. He's got the front wheels level with the rear wheels. He's not going to give way, or is he? Under braking, McRae leaving it till the last possible moment. He goes for the inside line. He's got the inside line. He comes through. They're side by side as they go up the hill. But Kent has still found a little bit more there and has got back in front. They're into their last lap here in Birmingham, and this is where the fight is. Out in front, doing no harm to anybody, is Chris Hodgetts, but here's the real fight, and here is Jimmy McRae trying every way, which way but lose, to displace John Kent, and he hasn't managed it yet. Another go at the inside there. Now he pulls back, takes a wide sweep in, gets it sideways, feeds the power on, but he's scrubbed away a lot of speed there and lost ground rather than made it. So McRae looks to me as if he's going to have to be satisfied with that place behind John Kent. More power to John Kent's elbow there because he deserves the place. He drove well, he held it under pressure, as has with no pressure at all Chris Hodgetts come through here, flicking it sideways, up across the line. Hodgetts wins. Here's the battle for the last time. McRae right with Kent, but there's nothing much he can do. Pulls out as they come to the line, and is just behind John Kent. So Chris Hodgetts wins. Unfortunately, Ian Flux disqualified for doing a practice start. He'd never started one of these cars before, did a practice start, and well, there you have it. There are the rest of the results, playing to the crowd. Oh dear! That was unfortunate. We've seen the leader, the winner, number 15, Chris Hodgetts, clout the barrier very hard there. Now Chris will undoubtedly have an explanation for that, but isn't a very happy man. But no explanation here required. Hodgetts now 97 points, well in the lead in the championship. You can see the rest of the points in this exciting TVR Tuscan Challenge, round 9 here at Birmingham.